Hey everybody, I got a box in the mail today. A couple. One was a freezer, which is not exciting, but the other was from my publisher, Taylor and Francis. The imprint, CRC Press, an imprint of Taylor and Francis. And it should be a box of author copies of a book I have coming out tomorrow, Wednesday, August 11th. So I thought I'd do an unboxing. Let's take a look. I'm not balding, you're balding. All right. Tend not to do many unboxings. It's just opening a box, but it's better than books. Jumbo-sized bubble wrap. According to plan. How do you mess up bubble wrap? I'm asking myself because I'm not popping it. Okay, well, they made impossible bubble wrap. I'm going to get back to the bubble wrap. I haven't forgotten about the bubble wrap. Nice, and here we go. Dungeon Hacks. It's a long subtitle, I don't even remember it. How NetHack, Angband, and other roguelikes changed the course of video games. I have this habit of making really long and unwieldy subtitles. Started with the first Stay a While and Listen book in my trilogy about the history of Blizzard and Diablo. Continue with Dungeon Hacks. So, before we dig into this book, there's a lot of others in here. It comes out in hardcover. Should also come out in paperback and digital formats. So this box is just hardcovers, which is cool because the hardcover, love hardcover books. So Dungeon Hacks. This is the original cover art, by the way, done by Milan Jaram. I will link to his art page in the description of this video. He's fantastic. Used him for several of my earlier book covers. Dungeon Hacks is one of my earliest books. So, history of Dungeon Hacks. I wanted to, as I did interviews and research for Stay a While and Listen, learning about Diablo. Diablo was, of course, influenced by roguelike games. The co-creator of Diablo, Dave Brevik, also the co-founder of Blizzard North, played a lot of roguelikes in college, got addicted to them. And his dream game was kind of a modern-day roguelike with graphics, but keeping roguelike systems such as turn-based play, procedural level and item generation, aka random generation. It's not really random, but you can say that. People know what you mean. And I got more and more information about roguelikes, and so what was going to be a rather small subsection in a chapter of Stay a While and Listen, I decided should become a separate book, and that became Dungeon Hacks, which I self-published in 2015. And I didn't expect Dungeon Hacks to be particularly popular, which is why I self-published it. It seemed like a book that would be a hard sell for a publisher to pick up, because roguelikes have always been niche. Roguelike systems and mechanics such as permadeath, procedural generation, those are very popular. You could argue that Diablo popularized them in late 96, early 97. In games like FTL, and virtually every game, it seems these days, has at least one roguelike element or facet to it. But roguelikes themselves have, especially traditional ones, like ASCII or text-based graphics, those have always been niche because they're pretty hard to get into. And so I didn't expect Dungeon Hacks to really go anywhere. It was something I wanted to self-publish because it interested me. It was a passion project, so I wrote it, and again, self-published it in 2015. But it actually took off. It did pretty well. I was invited to give the keynote speech at the inaugural roguelike celebration in San Francisco in 2016, which was really cool. It was a lot of fun, great experience. Thank you again to the organizers for having me if you're watching this video. And anyway, dungeon hacks just kind of kept popping up on my, at the top or near the top of my sales charts, and I've been asked to do podcasts and interviews and even some guest columns and articles and so forth about it. And fast forward to earlier this year, 2021, when I've been working with some of the editors and folks at Taylor and Francis for some unrelated projects, and they said, we'd love to license some of your catalog, one of those books being Dungeon Hacks, and they also wanted me to pitch them projects, one of which they accepted, which is a book title yet to be revealed, about Mortal Kombat, which I'll have more to say about that in the future. But that was earlier this year. They sent me Dungeon Hacks. We did kind of one final pass to proofread, help with formatting. I had to write an index. I hate writing indexes, but necessary evil. And that brings us to here. So Dungeon Hacks, like I said, it'll be out tomorrow, which as of this recording is Wednesday, August 11th. You'll be able to get it in hardcover, paperback, digital, and it is pretty much a one-to-one port of my original self-published book, if you will. There's no new content, at least not that I can remember. We just kind of kept it simple. We'll be doing more with like my Mortal Kombat books, plural. So like here's the beginning of chapter 4. Yeah, there and back again, retrieving the Sword of Fargol, which was Sword of Fargol was one of the earlier roguelikes. In this game, or this book, you'll read about the foundational roguelikes, kind of the forefathers of the genre. Rogue, of course, Beneath Apple Manor, Sword of Fargol, Moria, NetHack, and several others. So I hope you'll check it out. And yeah, you'll be able to get it wherever books are sold and on Amazon and all online retailers. So this has been an unboxing. Things were definitely unboxed and taken out of the box. That reminds me. Let's try this bubble wrap again because that was embarrassing. Okay. There we go. Like firecrackers. Okay. Thank you again. And I don't update my YouTube channel very often. That'll probably change soon. I have a lot of fun book projects and other projects coming up. If you don't already, give me a follow on Twitter at David L. Craddock. And you can check out davidlcraddock.com, my online journal / blog, where I update you on projects as they happen. And until next time, thanks again.